Hey everyone, and welcome back, or if you're new here, my name is Josh, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing the Best Buy Visa credit card. So I'll be going over the main features of this card issued by Citi, its pros as well as its drawbacks. So hopefully by the end of this video you'll have a much better idea of whether or not this credit card is a good fit for you. But before we go ahead and dive into the main features of this card, if you wouldn't mind helping me out real quickly by just giving this video a like, that just helps out with the good old YouTube algorithm, and also consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. Plus, if you would like to receive a few free stocks, in a pinned comment below I will be leaving a link to Webull. All you have to do is once you click on that link is just sign up for a free account and then deposit at least $100. At that point, Webull will be sending you a few free stocks worth all the way up to $10,000 or whatever other type of promotion they have going on at that point in time. Okay, so diving right into the main features of this card. First off, I will say that once or if you apply for this card, they have a few different levels. So if you're accepted for, I guess, like their first level, that is the Platinum card, which we are going to be reviewing in today's video. That card has no annual fee, and it also has a lot better benefits than the other cards that they're issued. However, if they see that your credit score or whatever other factors that go into it are not good enough for that card, they might offer you two other cards that they currently have. So they might offer you the Best Buy credit card, which is basically their store card. That one also has no annual fee, but you're not going to be getting as much cash back that you can redeem for store benefits. And then they also have their Gold card, which is pretty much the same one as we're reviewing in today's video, but it does have a $59 annual fee, so that's something you'll definitely have to keep in mind as well. But as far as the Platinum card goes, as far as how much you can earn in cash back or points, with this card you will be receiving 5% cash back at Best Buy, or you can choose flexible financing options if you'd rather not have the 5% in cash back. You can also receive 3% cash back on gas, 2% cash back on grocery, dining, and takeout, and then on all other transactions you will be earning 1% cash back. Now with this card, there's also going to be a one-time spend bonus as well. So you are going to be receiving 10% back in rewards on your first day of purchases, or you can choose financing when you are approved for this card. So let's say, for instance, you have a big transaction coming up. Let's say that you went to buy a few cell phones and maybe a big screen television, and this comes out to say like $3,000 or $4,000. Well, in the case that you make a transaction of $3,000, 10% of that is going to come out to $300, so you are going to receive a spend bonus of $300. Now, of course, with these rewards, the cash back as well as the spend bonus, you are not going to be able to use this wherever you want. You cannot have it like deposited into your checking account. You can't redeem it for gift cards. You can't, pick or choose what you want to use it for like you can with other credit cards out there. With this card, you pretty much have to redeem it only at Best Buy in their brick and mortar stores or online at bestbuy.com. Also, one other thing that I will mention, but I cannot verify, I have seen reported some people who have this credit card say that to check your email, because oftentimes they might send you an email of different promotional offers they have going on at that point in time, where let's say if you spend like $100 over the weekend, they might send you like a card to use for $30 at their store. So in that case, it would be like a 30% cash back. I cannot, of course, verify this, and I have not been able to find it on any website, but I have seen different users on Reddit report this thing happening. So pretty much those are the main features of this card. At this point in time, we are going to go ahead and dive into the APR and fees, because of course this is also super important as well. So starting out, your purchase APR is extremely high. This is one of the bigger drawbacks of this card if you are not able to pay your balance in full every single statement period. So starting out, your purchase APR is going to be a whopping 31.49%. Then as far as balance transfers go, with this card, they're definitely not worth it to do a balance transfer, because your balance transfer APR starting out is going to be 31.49%. Now, of course, later down the line, they might offer you some type of promotional APR on your balance transfers, but starting out, it is going to be a whopping 31.49%. Now, as far as cash advances go, on this channel, we usually recommend to stay far away from cash advances. This, of course, should not be considered consider financial advice, just my own personal reasons. Usually you're paying a lot of interest on each cash advance that you take out, plus a lot of fees as well. But if you do decide to take out a cash advance with this card, just know that your interest rate on them, just like purchases and balance transfers, is going to be a whopping 29.99%, which interestingly enough is actually lower than your purchase and balance transfer APR. So those are your interest rates with this card. At this point, we're going to go ahead and dive into the fees. So starting out, we're going to be talking about the cash advance fees. So if you do decide to take out a cash advance, on top of the 29.99% APR, there's also going to be a fee of either $10 or 5% of the amount of each cash advance, whichever happens to be greater. So in the case you have a cash advance of $200, in that case, there is going to be a fee of $10. Then as far as balance transfers go, even though you're already paying a whopping 31.49% APR on your balance transfers, there's also going to be a fee of either $15 or 5% of the amount of each balance transfer, whichever happens to be greater. Then if you happen to pay late, there's also going to be a late fee of up to $41. Now for the first time, if you do happen to pay late, you could always try calling into Citi to see if they will waive that fee for a first time convenience. However, there are certainly no guarantees with that, so I would certainly recommend maybe setting up autopay, marking your calendars, do whatever works best for you. Just make sure that you are not paying late so you won't have to pay the late fee of $41. And then of course you'll be paying some interest as well if you pay late, because your balance will not be paid off in full. Then as far as the annual fee goes, once again, if you are accepted for the Platinum card, there is going to be no annual fee with that card. So of course that's great, because you don't have to sit around and consider every single year whether or not this card is worth keeping, because you're not paying an annual fee for it anyways, so you might as well keep it. However, if you are not accepted for the Platinum card, but you accept the Gold card, in that case, there is going to be an annual fee of, once again, that's going to be $59. But if you are accepted for the Platinum card, there is not going to be an annual fee. So now that we went over the main features of this card as well as the APR and fees, at this point in time, I'm going to go ahead and dive into what I would consider to be the best things and worst things about this credit card. So we're going to start out with the good things. The first good thing, of course, is the fact that you are going to be earning 5% cash back in rewards whenever shopping on bestbuy.com or in their brick and mortar stores. So 5% cash back is definitely pretty solid there. You're also going to be earning 3% cash back on gas, 2% cash back on grocery, dining, and takeout. So you can definitely earn a lot of cash back to spend at Best Buy or bestbuy.com. Then you're also going to be receiving 10% cash back on your first purchase at bestbuy.com or in the Best Buy stores. So if you have a large transaction coming up, that would be the best time to use it, because once again, if you're spending, let's say, like $5,000 at Best Buy, which is a lot of money, but if you have to spend it or you want to go out and go tech wild on your first day, if you spend $5,000, that's going to be $500 in cash back to spend once again at Best Buy. Then of course, there is not going to be an annual fee with this card, so it's definitely a benefit as well, because you don't have to sit around every single year and consider whether or not this card is worth keeping, because once again, you're not paying for it anyway. So those are the good things about this card. Now, as far as the drawbacks go, the first drawback, of course, is the fact that you can only redeem these rewards at Best Buy or on bestbuy.com. So these are not flexible. With other credit cards out there, you can redeem them for gift cards. You can directly deposit your rewards into your checking or savings account. You have a lot of options. You don't have to just spend them at one store, but with these rewards, you can only spend them at Best Buy. Also, you're going to have a very high interest rate. So if you do not pay your balance off in full, you're going to be paying a lot of interest with this credit card. So that's definitely a drawback as well. And then finally, rewards can only be redeemed starting at $5. So there's definitely going to be problems as far as flexibility of redeeming your rewards. Once again, you can only redeem them at Best Buy or at bestbuy.com, and you can only redeem them starting at $5, whereas with other credit cards out there, you can actually redeem your rewards starting as little as like 1 penny, so there's definitely an issue with that. But just to sum this card up, all in all, I would say it might be worth it for those of you who shop a lot at Best Buy and you're spending thousands of dollars every single year. Earning the 5% cash back might be worth it, plus the 10% in cash back on your first transaction, which you can definitely earn a lot there. However, for people who don't spend a lot at Best Buy, this card is probably not going to be in your best interest, and you might want to consider another credit card out there on the market, which is going to give you better and more flexible options as far as redeeming your cash back goes. But That's all we have for today's review. I certainly hope that you enjoyed and found value out of it. If you did, again, I would greatly appreciate if you could give this video a like. Consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you in the next video.